Welcome to your Research Business Daily Report. We're sponsored this week by Decipher. General Mills has announced internally that Vice President of Consumer Insights Gail Fugate will be retiring effective August the 1st. We didn't know that when we asked Gail for an interview several weeks ago. But when we talked to her a couple of days ago, as you will hear, she voiced great optimism, interest, and curiosity about where the research profession and the industry go from here. Gail, thank you for getting together with us. I really appreciate it. I understand that the way you look at it now is you're just weeks away from your formal retirement, which we'll talk about a little bit later. That there are four consumer forces out there that you think are very critical as we move ahead in the research industry. And I want to go over two of them today and two more of them for tomorrow. So let's start with the first, which is globalization. Why is that so critical, and what is that all about?
Thanks, Bob, and thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate the opportunity. So globalization to me is about two key things. One is about running the global organization, which is literally going to be a bit of a virtual organization. So in many cases, the leader may not actually even be able to meet everyone in their organization, but they're still responsible to coalesce a point of view about the consumer. And as well, the employee outside the U.S. may not be able to, or whatever country the company emanates from, may not be able to meet the leadership or even visit the home office. So their challenge is even a cultural one, not just about how we do market research, but how to be part of an organization. So I think there's that leadership and kind of coalescing a point of view challenge. And then secondly, and perhaps more importantly, is the challenge of, well, what kind of research are we going to do, and how do you quickly find the signals of what the trends are going to be and the best practices, and what approach do we want to take, and how can we quickly find the best approach across all the different markets and then ramp it up and scale it across the organization.
And I would think the best practices outside the United States, particularly in emerging countries, are going to be very, very much in a state of flux for a while as we learn what those best practices need to be.
I completely agree. We have found, though, that, for example, mobile research has come up and emanated far more quickly outside the U.S. than in the U.S. And right. For example, just a quick statistic, 74% of consumers in rural China have a feature phone. So if you want to reach them, they don't have a computer, they don't have a hardline phone. So it's really advancing, in these emerging markets, different techniques.
Right. Well, I know mobile phone research and such was going on in Scandinavia and Japan and other parts of Asia, a dozen years ago. So the U.S. Exactly. And a lot of the industrialized world is way behind the curve on that. Now, the second area is mobilization. Why is that critical? And first, define that for us.
Well, so mobilization is, it's consumers interacting on their terms on a feature phone or on their mobile phone. And what I think is interesting about this is the amalgamation or the intersection of marketing and marketing research, consumer insights on the same platform at the same moment in time. So we're being asked as researchers to do real-time research, but literally what the possibilities are with the technology is a consumer can send an idea to us on the platform. They can ask us where they can find a particular product. When they go and find that product, we can send them a coupon, which is marketing to them. Then we can ask them a question, which is gathering some research. And the opportunity is amazing between marketing and marketing research in real time. The challenge is going to be what in the world are we going to do with all that data? And that truly is big data. And so really trying to figure out, once we have that level of insight, which is really consumer-centric, how are we going to synthesize that into what consumers need, what they're going to buy, predicting what their behaviors are going to be and what their needs are in real time, and translating it back to our organizations into products.
Okay, let's come back and talk about the other two areas in a moment. Gail will be busy throughout the remainder of 2012, notably with a number of speeches. But she also has no intention of going cold turkey vis-a-vis research in her post-General Mills life. In fact, we'll hear more from her tomorrow in a special Friday edition of RBDR. You know, we make a point of not presenting anything on Fridays normally, except for special research news occasions. And Gail Fugate's opinions certainly fit that bill. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Decipher. Have a great day, and please join us again tomorrow.